Well, whether one lives in the monastery full time or comes for a brief visit, a sense of maintaining mindfulness can be obvious that it's a very difficult thing to do. And so that's, essentially keeping our minds moving towards the wholesome, keeping our minds engaged with wholesome states of mind. Something like the breath is a very wholesome object to observe. And yet it's just so easy to fall off and forget, and we keep reminding ourselves over and over again. And it's just always amazing to me how easy it is to just have this intention, okay, I'm going to try to maintain mindfulness again. I'm going to start up again, being mindful. I lost this sense of being present. And it can just, in a very short period of time, just the mind slips again. And we wonder what happened to that intention. But the point isn't to kind of blame ourselves or to think that this is just sort of a failure. The point is to just keep doing it over and over and over again. And then momentum builds, and we do find that we have an ability to maintain that intention towards the present, that intention towards keeping our minds pointed in this wholesome direction. So there's no need to berate ourselves over it. It's just, yep, there it goes again. It's this very impersonal experience of mind falling away and then bringing it back again. So this is a very obvious message, but it's helpful just to keep in mind this intention over and over again. There might be some sort of excited conversation we want to have, or we might get caught up in a conversation some other people are having and we get interested. And again, just to notice that, if we can catch ourselves, oh, there it goes, that sense of wanting to be noticed again, or I have something interesting to say, or just the proliferative thoughts that we have where we just think we have to think about this important thing because it really matters. And off the mind goes on to the next important thing and the thing that's important after that until several minutes or an hour or two goes by. So we're really trying to find that sense of almost like finding a friend within the mind that is encouraging us, and finding this kind of intention towards mindfulness is something that we want to kind of bring ourselves in line with, and remind ourselves that the intentions of kind of getting caught in thought or involved in other people or involved in kind of all kinds of extraneous things that we think is important or we want to get ourselves involved in, we just want to move away from that to the degree of saying, oh yeah, that's not my friend, that's not really what I want to be aligned with. And it's a difficult habit to break because in a worldly sense, it's just much more exciting to be involved with our own thoughts or conversations or ideas or opinions we have. It's easier, and there's a charge to it, there's an enjoyment to it. And if we are aligning ourselves with that enjoyment, with that kind of worldly sense of excitation or just the pleasure that comes from just a hit, a sort of worldly hit like that, then we keep misaligning ourselves. We keep going away from what is the intention that's really the best thing that we can have, which is to keep our minds guarded. And when we have enough mindfulness, then we have the power to investigate and to understand. And so if we align ourselves with that intention, then so much more happiness can arise, so much more peace and contentment, gratitude. We just have the ability to wake up from our own suffering. Otherwise, we're just tied to it, and then we move on to the next life. So just an encouragement to keep aligning ourselves towards this goodness, this wholesomeness, and just continue with our sense of bringing ourselves towards mindfulness and how we can align ourselves with that good.